Well, yeah, that's pretty dull, I would say. To push extremely hard. Anything above a 500 here is dull. Let's see what the result is. Hey everybody, this is a unedited video of how to use the Tumbler rolling knife sharpener with your kitchen knife. This is the knife we'll be using. It's a standard stainless steel chef's knife that you would find in your kitchen. You can see it is pretty banged up and it is dull, but let's first establish what actually dullness is. We have a sharpening chart or a sharpness chart. We will be focusing on the best score. Anything over a 500 here is considered very, very dull, and we're going to work ourselves down. About 250 to 300 is what we consider sharp and out of the box sharp, so factory sharpness. So let's see how we score today. We have also this best certified sharpening apparatus or measuring apparatus, and we will be using this to gauge the level of sharpness. Before we do so, let's do one more thing though. Let's give this knife an extra little push towards dullness. So running it across this stone. Let's see what we have. Let's do also a sharpness test, just to give you guys a feeling for how dull this knife is. So this is a lemon, a lot of people, or a lime. A lot of people are seem pretty upset that we always use tomatoes, but let's see. So, well, yeah, I mean that's pretty dull, I would say. You saw how hard I had to push that, but let's clean this off here a little bit. And I'm gonna try to keep this knife in the shot at all times, so you guys know I am not moving it or replacing it with anything else. So the moment of truth, what's the reading? Again, it's a little bit of, making sure that you guys don't think we're gonna change the knife. It's gonna be a little difficult sometimes. But again, here, what this is, first of all, let's explain it. We have this little string, you can see it right there. This is essentially a scale that it sits on, and it measures how much pressure or force is exerted by the edge or the apex of the knife to cut that little string. So let's see what we have here today. Again, I'm setting it to 0. I can't pick it up, but I can just bring it into focus. And then what's the reading on this particular knife? Yeah, I have to push extremely hard. I mean, this is a 1765. So let's just bring back the chart. Anything above a 500 here is dull. And we are at a 1765. So this would be considered very, very dull. We have the knife still here. Didn't move it, didn't change it. I'm also going to bring my phone up here to showcase how long the process is for sharpening, and then we are going to reveal the tumbler here. This is the Tumbler rolling knife sharpener. What this effectively is, it's the easiest way, what we consider the easiest way to get your knives, your household knives, sharp yourself. We have a diamond plated disc on one hand, a stainless steel helix disc on the other hand. This will be used for honing and removing any burr that's developed. And then, more importantly almost, we have the magnetic holder that has two angles. We have the 20 degrees and the 15 degrees sharpening angle. Sharpness is really about creating an apex. If you think about this, your blade, you want this angle to be as steep and as sharp, and particularly the tip, as possible. You don't want any movements or anything like that. So this holder has magnets in it, and it basically keeps the knife in that exact angle the entire time you're sharpening. Unlike a whetstone sharpening, where your hand movement fluctuates unless you're a pro and you have developed a lot of muscle memory, this is basically the safest and best way to sharpen your knives with those particular angles. What's the difference? We always recommend the 20 degrees. Sorry, there's a little bit of dust on here. for your daily sharpening tools, you know, your kitchen knife, 20 degrees is kind of most sustainable. It holds the longest edge. If you think about it, the sharper or the more you know, the steeper the edges, you know, the more prone to getting it dull. Really, that is. In our case, we're using the 15 degrees. We want the knife to be as sharp as possible. If you have the mask knife or knives with very hard steel, feel free to use the 15 degrees. It will support that steep angle. Again, here we are using the 15 degrees as well. And then the cool thing is, you'll see here, this is a stainless steel knife. I want to repeat that. Stainless steel is magnetic. You attach it to it just like that. And then from there, it is secure. I'm going to just move this out of the way, give this a little bit more room. And it basically holds it in place. And then let me fire up the phone again for us. I'm going to start the timer, and we're going to start sharpening our way here. You can really hear already how the diamond plated disc is now starting to sharpen that edge. And does its work basically. I want to make sure that I'm running the tumbler all the way from the heel to the tip of the knife. If you miss it a little bit here, is fine. You can, you know, sharpen the tip here in small increments. But again, we want to make sure we sharpen the entire length of our edge to get the best sharpening result for our kitchen knife. I'm going to go a little faster just because that's how I do it at home. You can see no prior experience needed to use Tumbler. It is as easy as just holding the magnetic holder in place, attaching the knife to it at your preferred angle, and running the tumbler across the edge here. How much force do I use? You know, we have an extremely dull knife, so I do put a little bit of force in. I'm not, you know, pressing very hard. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want the knife to come off or anything like that. It's fairly easy to gauge. Get a little bit of pressure on it. You will feel naturally what the right level is, and just keep running it back and forth. Again, unlike a whetstone, the advantage of the tumbler is you don't need muscle memory. You don't need years of experience to maintain that angle. And unlike a honing rod, for example, which many believe is actually sharpening a knife, which is actually not. We get into that in other videos, but maybe quick note here, honing rod really just aligns the edge of the disc and makes sure that anything that's bent out of shape gets bent back, which will improve your cutting result. But if the knife is dull, will really not do anything to it. So here you have kind of best of both worlds. You have sharpening, you have the ease of use, you have a stainless steel helix disc that you can use for honing, and yeah. So we're at kind of 3 minutes. Let's take a quick look where we're at. So you heard that there is steel kind of coming off, and you see that very beautifully here, how these particles rise to the top of the edge. That means this blade is just a little bit magnified from the magnetic holder here, but that's actually the beautiful result that we want to see. We're going to keep going for just a little bit more. I'm going to wipe off these particles. Again, not removing the knife out of the shot, just ensuring that you guys know that this is a complete end, front to back, beginning to end process on that exact same knife. And I want to, I'm gonna start this up again, and I want to repeat. We are taking this knife from, I mean, basically dull as a rock. We dulled it on a rock, and you saw the official score there, to what we consider hopefully very sharp. You would never find I shouldn't say never, but you rarely would find a knife this dull in your own home kitchen. Usually within, you know, your home cooking, you would find a knife that is still sharp, but maybe it doesn't cut as well, and it's therefore not as fun to use anymore. And then in that case, you would probably sharpen for 30 seconds, maybe a minute, and you would get this result that we hope to achieve here today. So a lot shorter. I want to stress that depending on the edge of your knife, the sharpening angle might be different. Again, we are basically changing the entire profile of this knife at this point. I wouldn't even know what the edge was, if it was 20 degrees, 25 or 15, but we are basically turning this into almost a specialty knife in terms of the sharpening angle. And I'm realizing that I'm running out of time on the memory disk. So that is really unfortunate. Let's see how far we can get before it cuts out. It says 4 minutes, which will not even leave us enough time to finish the other side, but maybe even just with this one side. Let's see if we have a burr here. Not yet. Not yet. But for the sake of time, let's start the other side. Let's see how we can do in the next 3 minutes here. I'm gonna speed up a little bit before the SD card runs out of time. Now I'm pressing just a little bit harder, just to get a faster result. Kind of racing against time, using the tip here as well. Okay. Again, I'm doing it a little bit faster than you would do at home. Just again, I want to stress that my memory card is giving me only 2 more minutes, so I have no idea how far we can get with this. Again, a live shot. Yep. Probably not quite gonna get there, but that's for another video. And I want to make sure we are addressing as many points here in this video as well. Well, if you have any questions, leave us comments. We're currently at 7 minutes, and it's just 1 more minute on the SD card, so I'm gonna stop right here, see what the result is. You know, do a quick, very quick honing, removing any burr that's developed. I don't think much has developed yet. We probably want to sharpen a little longer given how dull this knife was. And then I don't even know if we have enough time for this. Yep, and then here we have to, oh my goodness, now the string is gone. All right, too bad. We're not having the measuring, but let's see where we are. Okay, you saw the result before. Only 20 more seconds on the SD card. I mean, you saw, I still have to press a little bit. I probably would get this knife a lot sharper. My guess would be we're close to the 300 range right now. 350, 400. I apologize. We are out of SD card, I guess. If you can still hear me, then I'm gonna try to get this going. Let's see if we can. Oops, yeah, there it is, there it is, there it is. Okay, now this is where live videos are live. What happened is this little string didn't go through, and let's see if we can bring it all the way through. Okay. Again, we're gonna shoot this video again.